When it comes to communication, there's this outdated stereotype, especially when we're talking about neurodivergent people, that being direct is a bad thing and being subtle and having lots of subcontext is a good thing. My name's Nikki, and I like to break down everyday situations into their building blocks so we can understand them better. And I'm here to say that in the modern world, and especially in the Western world, it's actually more empathetic in the long run because it allows your energy and the energy of everybody around you to flow properly. And I will explain what that means because energy is a very abstract concept to people. But first, let's get down to some examples. Imagine you are hanging out with someone who has kids and you're helping their child climb up and jump off of something. And they say to you, well, the parents of that other child we know, they said that they never let their daughter climb anything if she couldn't do it herself. And she's like a really great climber and jumper now. In a work example, maybe you're in a meeting and person A has taken over a task from person B, and person B says, "Oh, well, I was looking through the emails that you sent to leads, and they just felt like they were a little bit light to me." If somebody's busy trying to socialize you without really knowing what that means, they might say that both of these are great options because you don't hurt anybody's feelings. What's actually happening in both of these situations, though, is that you are forcing the other person to do more emotional and mental labor for you by not being honest and direct about what you would like the person to do or the information you would like to have. You are actually withholding your energy from the situation. You coming across as like rigid, timid because you're not speaking your mind. And in exchange, the other person has to be able to put a lot of extra effort in to fill the gap of, well, what are they trying to say? Which is a problem because nobody else has your mind. So to you, it might be really obvious that you're saying A and you're meaning B, but to the other person, they have to do the work of, okay, they said A. Do they mean B or C or D or E? Or you know what? Do I not give a frick about doing the effort to fill this gap for them? Because that is draining on my brain. It is putting me into a higher beta mode. It's making me have to analyze the situation. I can't pay as much attention to other things around me or what my own energy is because I'm busy trying to solve the puzzle of this person. And then because this other person is a withholding person, at least in this situation, now I feel that I also have to withhold myself. If I'm a direct, that's going to be a problem for them because they are being defensive. They are trying to avoid causing a conflict. They don't feel safe to just be outright with what it is they want to say. Filling in this gap for the other person and then figuring out how to respond to them and have a conversation that's a dance is just too much energy that I don't have. I'm just going to ignore their bid request. And that's an incredibly fair thing to do. It's real life can't be controlled by words. It's controlled by energy. Look back at what I just said about how people feel like interacting with the person who's withholding their energy. In response, they also end up withholding their energy from the situation. There's a mirroring effect here that people tend to have. If they've been trained to try to fill that gap and anticipate your needs, there's a withholding because they can't just express themselves back to you. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. If it's a healthy relationship where two people want to figure things out, even if it's messy for a couple moments, at the end of it, they're going to understand each other better for facing that 1 minute of uncomfortable conversation.